Memo akwa ba nuanom ne adofo. Na no so we stay update. About 3 days ago near the information about bank Kesi bi e wo Ghana hanoma aban Akufo-Addo, specifically Akufo-Addo Bawumia na po Oma ban no mai de oma ton de ama abrofo no yanye specific bank kro ene yanye specific nkrofo ku omo yere omo to sa bank no be ene bibia ba be kan yensa update saga pa we scandal pa aba be kan yensa nkrofo ku Akufo-Addo na ban yere aton bank na dia ama wo mo ene bank kro omo yere omo ton de ma wo mo. But first of all, no high daily update television. So when you subscribe, you make sure so be subscribe. So I subscribe you found side hit the notification bell. No so said be a message be on sabe a bit me I can attempt to say message ye deliver the amawi so when you found side hit the notification na ne so a ba on side and can intem. But so person will still to now ye enrich to me enrich yourself with more updates. Make sure so don't sabe be hit the notification bell no so now one second message no so make sure so be there obe koso an wire no wa share na like my so when you hu so make sure so be there obe like ya my bank bena Akufo-Addo na ban there ya ton the ama abrofo now abrofo ben country ben na Akufo-Addo ayede aton bank na ma wo mo country Akufo-Addo aton bank na ma wo mo ye Switzerland Switzerland na Akufo-Addo ayede aton ye bank ayede e de ama wo mo ne wo krom ha ya na ye merge some particular bank you close bank bi no mo kan say sa this particular banks ni you close na sa bank wo mo nhyeda enyede and perform a better role bi o modwuma na o mo modern boy dey wo femti ye merge wo mo ne ye dey form one bank penti those banks no na construction bank beach bank royal bank unibank and sovereign bank ye merge all those banks and ye no bank ba kompe CBG Consolidated Bank Ghana si ati dinda so usika nso wo ho da me sure usika nso wo ho a me sure so be de obekwa yi usika Consolidated Bank Ghana say Ghana ban den ejemu de am Switzerland for se obe free aban Akufo-Addo mo ba be free aban no mu no o ma ton Consolidated Bank the am Switzerland for say reason na the property the motive behind is o mo ton sa bank ne de ye nsan yankai Kelvin so actually chirim se wo kona okutie video audio na e wo manim na obenya more detail obenya more update na Kelvin demystify we break bibia down bank Akroma ton CBG ena nkrofo Akroma ton am mo ye Switzerland for no ya ton bank na e ama wo mo ntime show so se usika wo no ma immediately kona ko yi usika ansa na Akufo-Addo na aban be de e be free so recently wo betia ne so mo abaye de mo de aba betudwa ba me sure so be de so me sure so usika wo no ma me sure so hwe ho yi na de na ko yi usika free wo no immediately cause ya ton bank ne de me nka se ye beton ya ton de ama wo mo ne ye nsa ye wo bibia you will be your info, your pictures, you will be me the big Google screen any no way. No one who be an way and wash and wo who ye. Make sure so the cocotia sama Kelvin till a kai. So a comment to be a measure so the best comment session. I see a better brain ya kind reply more.
Now the breaking news, gigim breaking news. Now breaking news in Ghana say bank Ghana for save the government of Ghana atom. Listen to me. The government of Ghana, they have sold Ghana Bank. Now, they have sold the bank to wine. When did they do that? What I can tell you today, a few days or few weeks to come, they will come and tell you in a very diplomatic way. But that banking cleanup from here, this government, through Bawumia, Oforiata, and Addison, they are trying to clean their asses. But what and a bank that belongs to Ghana has been sold, and yet it's being sold. It has been sold. If you have money in these banks, and at this bank I'm about to mention, tomorrow go and take your money. See, say oh sikada any this bank I'm about to mention. Ochina ko you sika. Na ye town bank na ma broni. If Bawumia and the MPP say banking and clean up from here, it was supposed to save the banks and make the banks resolute and make the bank very, very resolute to be in Ghanaian market to work for the people. I don't think say banking closure say idea the better results by and committee and coming can't say omaton. They have sold the bank to some Swiss Switzerland abrofo no maton bank na momo. Omo baba na nsia be ka chem say sa bank no maton. And the name of the bank is this bank. Egigim. CBG, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited. The NPP government, they have sold it. CBG nina they have sold the bank to some Swiss business company. The bank is going to come and take over a CBG. They are going to own it. They have sold it. It does not belong to you again. Now these are let me minimize this. These are the banks are MPP for power. Almost say banking cleanup. You remember these banks and almost say they have done what? They have merged all of them, and that they have merged them. Bank of Ghana say, "Waka banks when you now boom audited bank bako." Adiama Ghana. CBG is a fully owned banker. It is fully owned by Ghanaians. A Ghana for bank. Construction bank omuguno almost omunguno omo meje. The Beige Bank, the Royal Bank, Unibank, and Sovereign Bank. Almost banks we nyina no mo buy the number djuma di omo dino enkwe nim. Into omo kan nyina bomu omo no mo kan say a major. And omo the CBG. As I speak to you, they have sold it. Billions, they have shared the money. Next week, next 2 weeks, next 3 weeks, they are going to come tell you so tongue in a different language. In a different language. So when you go back into records, now could see in Sama Bank of Ghana, Ekafa, the decision they took to do the banking cleanup now. This is what they actually said. Mami Enchel Bibi Muncho. Nami Mauncho say these people are criminals. The banking closure now, it was a lie. Now, so we read a year. Government establishes new indigenous bank. Bank of Ghana revokes licenses of 5 banks and appoints receiver in respect of their assets and liabilities. Bank of Ghana say sa bank ro sizi nya no jomo japade ni nyina e no de te bank baako. Into mo sika nyina e kai no okane nyina bom no de te CBG a be ye Ghana dia. Into ready a year point A now. What has happened to Unibank Ghana Limited, the Royal Bank Limited, Beige Bank Limited, Sovereign Bank Limited, and Construction Bank Limited? This was the answer Bank of Ghana gave. The Bank of Ghana has revoked the banking licenses of these 5 banks and has appointed a receiver over their assets and liabilities. Deposits and selected assets and liabilities of these banks have been acquired and assumed by a new bank, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited. All deposits of the 5 banks are safe. Listen, all deposits of 5 banks are safe and have been transferred to the Consolidated Bank. Almost Sa bank 5 ninya sika ekemu no ni nyina ye safe. Omo move sika ni nyina de akosha ade friend Consolidated Bank mu. Now all deposits of the 5 banks are safe and have been transferred to the Consolidated Bank. Customers can carry out their businesses as usual at their respective banks, which will now become branches of Consolidated Bank. All staff of these banks will become staff of Consolidated Bank. Board of directors and shareholders of these banks no longer have any roles. Bank of Ghana catcher said, Sa 5 banks we the nyina ka boom aye Consolidated Bank. Sika na ehye sa 5 banks ni nyina no. Sa sika no de akohyem ne friend Consolidated Bank. In say time a ye sa de we no. Sa ukọ na sa ukọ bank bi ti say. Okoto bank bi to say a construction bank. Okoto bank is a Beige Bank. Okoto bank is a Royal Bank, Unibank, any sovereign banker. Oko na say omotiwa. Men who almost a Unibank. Men who almost a sovereign bank. Men who almost a Royal Bank. Omu nyina ni ati bank ba ko ne de omu nyina boom say Consolidated Bank. Sa bank na ya ton. Now, this is what the Bank of Ghana said. Time omde a banking closure. A issue ni ba no. These are some of the things they said. Does government of Ghana intend to own Consolidated Bank Limited forever? We're a Bank of Ghana document. There was one question that they were asking the Bank of Ghana. Does government of Ghana intend to own Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited forever? This was the answer. The government of Ghana intends to offload its shares in Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited within a period of 2 years. Now, the government intends to give ordinary Ghanaians the opportunity to acquire shares. The opportunity to acquire these shares. Remember, Consolidated Bank was established by the Bank of Ghana. It means to say, sa bank na ese eye Bank of Ghana neti ye no eye menewo Ghana ni yedia. And a man for Busa Bank of Ghana say, na sa Consolidated Bank we a bedroom baby a Bank of Ghana be in safe free one and a Bank of Ghana for say ane ye be in safe free ye safe free one ye the bema Ghana for. Yeah, the bank ne shares ni na bema Ghana for. Na Ghana for a only bank no. But as we speak today, they have sold the bank to Switzerland for and a ton bank na momo. I went to Switzerland. A colleague journalist gave me this information because he's also investigating what is happening in Switzerland. I followed this story for about 6 months. I was quiet. I wanted to see. A colleague journalist in Switzerland I was working with said they have done the deal. They have sold this bank to a Swiss company. Into Consolidated Bank, Bank of Ghana didn't catch them. Say after 2 years they will sell it to Ghanaians, but they are now selling it to Swiss. They are selling to Switzerland for. I'll leave it here today. That is the breaking news. Into CBG, and Ghana, 5 banks, Kabomu, no Consolidated Bank, Ghana na almost say about to save Ghanaians. They have sold CBG. That's the breaking news here. First, the Bank of Ghana governor, Ken Oforiatta, led this. The finance minister knows. They want to clean their tracks. Banking cleanup. They are cleaning their tracks. Right now, town CBG way at the Mass Switzerland for. When you come to power, make an NDC for it's going to be tough for you to investigate this issue. Because now there's a third party who now owns 100 or 80 or 90% of the shares. How are you going to fight that? They have sold your property to the Swiss. These banks, this CBG was supposed to be given to Ghanaians. That is a breaking news. Beton. Ejapadia book in page 5. Yeah. Okay, page 5 are biological children. I'm going to say, these are banks in which we should have controlling interest. The collapse of the local banks with ties to the opposition NDC and other rival political factions during the cleanup operations undertaken by the mother was a resounding success. It facilitated the flow of substantial financial resources into our war fund through backflow of some of the advertised cleanup costs. The NDC has been poor in coherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. The process further led to the establishment of Consolidated Bank of Ghana, currently a wholly owned Government of Ghana Bank, and our proxies are well placed to take controlling interests when the bank is eventually returned to private ownership. This is the line that is very important. I'm say the NDC has been poor in coherently and consistently demanding detailed accountability and audit of the funds spent. The process further led to the establishment of Consolidated Bank Ghana, that's the CBG, currently a wholly owned Government of Ghana Bank, and our proxies are well placed to take controlling interest when the bank is eventually returned to private ownership. So from the beginning, they had an idea, say, Omobeti BB a Consolidated Bank. Answer and mobile power, no. They knew they were going to shut banks down. And almost shut banks down, they will group them and call them Consolidated Bank. What they are going to do is say, their people are going to set up companies overseas. Then what they are going to do is say, they will sell their bank to them. Now later, no, it becomes theirs forever. And no, and our completion simple and clean. I don't want to go further. But so already the other one down there. Mr. S, do you want me to read everything or the third paragraph? Ejapade buku nenye joko ya ka bibia chemo de muntie. Mr. S, do you want me to read the third paragraph? The third paragraph says this: the takeover of CBG and the acquisition of significant equity holding in the GAT assisted banks represent our strategy for direct play in the commercial banking space in the country. As a result of our hold on these banks, two goals will be met, namely direct financial contribution in the form of dividends, and secondly, the granting of funding support to our designated local businesses. So, they already had the plan in there. My catcher when they say CBG, it has been sold to the Swiss. Ya Thomas Switzerland phobia. Now, you know the funny thing? Almost Switzerland and we are for. And the funny thing is, Swiss are taking full ownership of the bank. Ghana for money peace. Bejam about 10% to be. We are free power no. Then they own the CBG. And as we speak right now, technically, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited, it belongs to Kufuor and his family. You don't go too much. I will allow you to go out there. Wait for them. They will come and tell you. Wait for them. They will come and tell you. Now, breaking news. Guys calling my phone and all that. CBG. I beg you, you guys should allow me to do my show. Now, there's something I want to show you, and it's got to do with a demonstration, of course. So the demonstration, of course, it has actually proven a point. I'm a Ghana for you say Jane Mensani East Nomi Akroma 4. They want to rig the elections. Now, the most interesting thing is around the nation, all the regions, people came out to demonstrate. Now, let's take a tour across Ghana. Baby, sa a demonstration when you see it.
This is all about the bank saga na American CBG Consolidated Bank Ghana and Yatondi Ama Abrofunu Akufuor na Bayden. A job bank in Moed and Yama or yet say Krum Hayana or Momeji Lose Bank, no Macasa Bank with ye and your vital. You name the reason to your motons are banking. But na me pese who bank crow and say who enrich yourself with this info never boa more we use Kesi Usika was our bank now. Tintin TT and SMS shows so bad because we use kind of our bank on them. Cause our brother so bank anymore very dangerous. Very dangerous. Intimate shows so Sika on my corner we use for free bank. Consolidated Bank Ghana, ye Jim the Amabro for no. And na Kevin Tillan so ye a Likee Be down or Chili BBM. And the pictures and soon the Google screen you know. So Opera Zoom me and Opera post and I came we. So comment I'm sure so the best comment session as I said, Manuel Palmer shows so the bitch me.